on?
Titty balls. Oh shit.
Hey, I am with Marvin from Marvin Rentals. He was one of an early Patreon guys, and now we talk all the time. We're at his shop in Colorado Springs. We're gonna do a quick tour, and then I'm gonna ask him a bunch of questions. How you doing, Marvin?
Doing good.
Okay, so real quick, so whenever I visit any other party rental company, and I even say this to other people visiting, don't mind the mess. We're always messy, so don't worry about it, okay?
Right.
Right.
Yeah, we didn't clean up for you, so.
That's fine, you don't clean up for me. So when I have Patreons or just even people who found me on YouTube who want to visit, it's never had a great time. It's always a mess. There's maybe one day a year where it's like, oh, this place looks good now.
Right.
And then the next day it's not.
Yeah.
But, all right, you want to show us your place?
So yeah, we're here on the east side of Colorado Springs. This is the front of the building. Right, as you come in, it's Jenny's office. She's, you know, I'm the face of the YouTube channel, Marvin's Quest, but she's more than half of the business if you actually ask what will we all do.
And we'll be talking to Jenny in a little bit.
Yeah, we'll be talking to
So this is her area.
This is her area. She talks to clients here, and she does, we got the clipboards for the days of the week.
Oh, I like that. That's
And
nice looking.
It's kind of, she stages them there, and then we come over here to hang the ones that are coming up for the day. We got
Okay, for the guys.
deliveries, will calls, and then the next day. And then yeah, up here is just like some linen swatches and stuff for clients to pick. Back here, we just have the bathroom here. This is was supposed to be, it was an unfinished bathroom.
Okay.
So now it's just a fridge, water machine, time clock, microwave, some snacks. Over here is like bistro lights. We've got some of these cables I've been using for basically being able to string sidewalls up in a high peak and use them like a curtain.
Yeah, because there's a problem with some high peaks. You can't.
Yeah.
Because of the connection piece.
Because normally you got to go around the pole, which is under the balance, and it keeps it tight. So when a client asks, I want to be able to open and shut it, we found this, you know, on the corner joints.
Yeah.
Like at the tents. Let me see, I'll grab one. You could just go from here with a carabiner to the other corner and stretch with a turnbuckle, and then you can hang those things and they open and shut like curtains. Yeah.
And are actually faster to set up properly.
Yeah, way easier and faster. So got some tables that need fixed. This was our tabletop area that we're getting rid of.
Okay.
Because we kind of jumped the gun on it. This will be more tables eventually.
Okay.
I talked about tabletop. We had a partnership with another rental company and stuff, but it's just, I think my crew wasn't a good fit for it.
Yeah.
You need a specific person who that's their job, I think.
Yes, you do.
Yeah. So, and I wouldn't have even gotten into it if it wasn't for all the dishware that we had access to. Over here, it's cables. We've got these hooks that we found to hang on the side of your racking.
Okay.
That's it. I want to get more of them for bistro lights and stuff. PA systems here, just some basic 2,000 watt PA systems. Now don't look at this and judge me, because all of these are new and they don't have bags yet, all these sidewalls.
Yeah.
This is overflow tables, 8 foots here. This is tent tops. We just kind of are wrapping up the tent.
So I'm noticing rental innovations.
Yes.
Rental innovations. Rental innovations.
These sidewalls right here are from Josh Reed.
Oh, that's not rental innovations?
No.
They have the same hooks.
He actually makes these in Oklahoma, so shout out to Josh Reed. I got quite a bit of sidewalls from him. And then
all right, pop quiz, because I'm sure that these are colored for a reason. What size is yellow?
For me?
Yeah.
20 by 20.
What size is green?
20 by 40.
And what size is black?
20 by 30.
All right.
And then tan is 30 by 30. And then brown is a 10 by 20. And then I don't have a bag for my 10 by 10s yet, so I've been using just the ones that came in.
And then one more I'm noticing, is this from Advantage Tent Fittings?
These drop cloths. We've got a couple of different ones. The biggest one will go under a 20 by 40.
Right.
Yeah, the biggest one we have. So let's see what else. Then we got our piping for the tents here. All the tents are now back. This was empty a couple days ago.
Oh, wow.
It was nice to see it empty, but now it's full again.
Now, did you paint the inside or they come painted?
Yes. Yeah, we just came up with a very contrasting color scheme.
Right.
And everyone knows this is a leg. This is for the 30s. This is for the 20s.
So some of the major tent companies, manufacturers, they've all kind of got together somehow, and they have like come up with a system, and I forget what it is. But then there's some manufacturers who are not on board with that. So if you end up buying from a manufacturer not on board with that, definitely do that.
Yeah, like, I mean, if they came colored already, that would have been easy too.
Yeah.
That would have made it easier. So, yeah, then we just keep them all separated on the rack. And then, you know, we have a pull sheet. The employee sees, okay, I need this many blue poles. Load them on the truck, right into the truck, right there. Now, if we get like a lot of tents that we need to set up, we'll use like that scaffold unit over there. We'll actually strap that to the truck.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
And you can hold a lot of poles on the truck, inside the truck. Then back here is all the tables. Got some 48-inch rounds there, 6 foots and 8 foots, 4 foots, and 60-inch rounds here. All this stuff is in right now.
How do you like these carts?
I like them for specific things. Now, for little tiny orders where it's 2 or 4 tables,
Yeah.
we don't use it. For storing in the warehouse, it's good, and then for if they get 10 tables, moving them into a job, it's
Yeah.
good. They don't go through a door very easily. You have to go sideways.
Yeah.
We found out that, like this way, and the wheels go the opposite.
Exactly.
But once you shimmy them in, like, it's fine. On that side, you can see our 36-inch. They're not in a rack. They're just
Yeah, because the rack would be too big.
Yeah, I saw the bags that you have.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of getting some of those. To hold 2 at a time.
Yeah. So you can carry one on each shoulder, and then a bag in your hands. You can 6 up the stairs at once.
Yeah. So this kind of acts as a place to store it in the warehouse, as well as hey, if you got 10, just roll the whole thing on the truck. Back here, some bent pipes, some victims of the weather over there. I guess we can squeeze by over here. See the back lot. So we got our propane finally chained up out here safely. Those 3 trucks are mine.
Nice. And you have a loading dock.
We do. We have one loading dock here, and then we have the ground level.
Oh, you do have a ground level.
Yeah, on the other side there.
Okay, that's perfect. So if you do have to work out of a trailer, or customers come with a trailer.
Perfect. Yeah, exactly. So that area where customers come pick up, we go right there.
I'm stuck.
Yeah, so that's pretty much everything on this side. These are overflow tents. This is staging right here. So this is granite signature.
Yeah, it's a nice
Have
staging.
these hanging everywhere at your office too.
No, they're in one spot and then they never get put back. But that's I should have them everywhere.
They end up everywhere. I didn't particularly put this here. This is how we carry straps. I think I got this tip from you, putting them in a barrel. This needs organized better.
Yep. So when we drop off like all the chairs, we'll put them in the barrel just like that, so that way we can take that whole barrel and bring it back.
Right. So over here is more like overflow chairs.
Oh, wow, you got a lot of way more staging than I thought you would.
Yeah, we've got 52 panels of this, and then we have the feet and legs here, and then the cross supports.
Yeah.
If it's super tall. Normally we go 16-inch, like about that tall.
Yeah.
We just tell them our stage is 16-inch, and then but it's customizable up to 36-inch.
Right.
For a fee. So, because we have to come in here and reset all these, and that takes a little time. So yeah, and then there's some little dance floor there. This is an area that needs to get reorganized. Right now, it's kind of where we put the chair covers when we take them off.
Oh, right. These are different chair covers than I've seen. There's vinyl. Where's this from?
This is actually from Tent and Table.
Okay.
I got these from. Everyone's made comments about these. They got Velcro.
Yeah, these look way like sturdier than, so I buy some cloth ones from Rental Innovations or Argo Bag, but these, wow, these are cool.
Yeah, you can see some right there that are in use. They're kind of squared off.
Nice.
And then I'm also going to rent those out for people who leave their stuff in the rain. Because, like, I'm going to make it mandatory. If I'm delivering outside in a rainy time, then you got to rent that for like $10 or whatever. Just
good point.
And a tarp too, if they want the tables outside. I'm thinking of adding those two. Yeah, this is shims. We ended up having to use a bunch of shims once, so we have shims. Coolers, dumpsters, or trash cans. And then this is all dirty chairs that need to get cleaned. But employees out of town right now, so we're a little behind. And we're about to roll down the season, so.
Right. Yeah, that's what happens. That's going to be the next month or two of cleaning all chairs.
Yeah. Yeah, and then up under that, there's more padded resin. I'm up to 320 padded resin.
Okay.
I think 800 white folding, 600 black folding, and then 300 gray folding. So, and then there's these Shivaris, which are from our partner. They don't go out that much.
No, what is this, a
Natural wood, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't like that they're wood because, like, resin is way more weather resistant.
100%. But if you're marketing it as wood or fruit wood or walnut, those ones have to be wood, and they suck.
Yeah.
But
I mean, there's a couple of them that were left in the rain. You can see like a crack in the seat. And
yeah,
stuff.
I hate wood.
Yeah. Over here we've got some blocks down here, but a lot of them are out in the lot. And this is the pipe and drape. These all need cleaned. The drapes need cleaned. This area is where, like, we'll roll up the door, and this is where customers will pick up stuff.
Right.
Right here. Dance floors, I'm getting rid of these. These are retiring.
Old Seco dance floor.
Seco. And then tent heaters.
Oh, tent heaters. So
with a bunch of rags on them. Like, people were cleaning chairs over here, so I don't use the thermostat really. I just
no, fuck the thermostat.
Yeah, just turn it all the way up.
You get phone calls on the someone will call you and be like, it's not working, and then you have to give them their money back. But then when you show up, it's because someone turned it down and they didn't know that, and then it's never gonna heat up.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think that's everything back here. There's the bases for the pipe and drape down there. Yeah.
All right, come on. Let's stand awkwardly and answer some questions.
Okay.
Okay, so you got into this. What is this? Is this year 3?
This, let's see, I got in our October, so this will be starting year 3.
Year 3. Are you still into it?
Yes, I'm still into it. I mean, I'm all in
Okay.
at this point. I mean, I have to be.
Yeah, you have to be.
Yeah. The only thing that I kind of, I guess, like, the downside is, in the summer there's a lot of hours and stuff. Not that it's hard work, it's just that you miss things. You miss things with your kids, you miss things with your family.
Yeah.
But that's anyone who's building a business, you have to
Yes.
sacrifice some of that stuff. Yeah.
But you, from the very beginning, have been setting up systems to take yourself out. Whereas myself, I felt like I had to be a part of everything, and only recently, 18 years in, am I setting up systems. Like, there's many days you don't ever have to go on the road, right?
Yeah. Before my last crew left, so we were at the point where I could not even have to come in.
Right.
And I want to get back to that point again next season. But yeah, we're refining the ways we do, like how many full-time people we have in-house versus temps.
Right.
To get the perfect formula. So
Yeah. And I think that's the best way to do it. It's very hard. It's hard.
Right.
And which my problem was, like, of letting go of certain tasks and stuff. But if you're able to do it sooner, I think letting go of the next task becomes easier and easier, and then you can regain your life back. But like you said, you're setting up a business, you are going to sacrifice some things.
Right.
We're not doing a how-to start a party around the company. We're kind of this is kind of like a follow-up on his last two years, and just some non-basic questions. But this one might be basic. So you're approaching your 3rd year. You've learned some things. What is, like, some things that you would have done differently
If I had a crystal ball or, yeah. Well, I have the two 26-foot box trucks.
Okay.
But the first one I got was bad timing to buy it.
Okay.
Because it turns out it was during the truck shortage.
Yeah.
So now I'm trying to sell it, and there is no truck shortage. So people are like, "Nah, I don't want it."
Yeah.
So it's like
that one wasn't that great, right?
It's a good truck. It's just very high miles, like 365,000.
And was that one the manual?
It's
one?
a manual transmission.
Okay.
It's got a little couple of leaks in the box from rain, but the main thing is I don't need two box trucks to run what I want to do. I want to have one, and then have trailers.
Okay.
Right? Because I've been watching Lee on YouTube, and he has trailers, and he gave me the idea of like, okay, you fill up that trailer for Thursday, fill up that one for Friday. That way you're not having to use the same one. You can like kind of rotate them.
Right.
And we've done that with our box trucks, but it's just an expensive way to do it.
Yes.
Because the insurance is impractical to have two trucks on there full year.
Right.
And they're sitting there most of the year.
Yeah.
So I want to have one, and then so right now the other one's for sale. And then so if I would have done it differently, I would have waited a little bit, maybe just gotten a trailer. But at the time we only had the unit with the dock.
Right.
So I didn't want to hand stuff down for the trailer. I didn't have the vision of this unit where we could use it. So, if I had a crystal ball I might not have kept two guys all winter last year.
Yeah.
I might have kept one.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if you still have the box truck, once you start getting into the like big weddings, like 40 wides or even 30 wides and dance floors and all that, you still at least have the box truck. Because the one thing that I see, there's a company in my area that only exclusively does pickup trucks and trailers. And if there's a dance floor there, they have to come back because of you have to load a trailer. You have to know how to load a trailer. You can't just put everything on this side and you're going to start going like that down the road.
Right.
So when they do big weddings, there's no question they have to go back twice because the dance floor and maybe some of the other heavier things have to go back a different day. Or they have to take out two trailers to the same job.
Yeah.
But you still have the box truck, which would allow you to one trip that wedding.
Right. And like really 80-20 rule, like 80% of our orders could be handled with the box truck, and then whatever else could be handled with a van, a pickup truck,
right,
a trailer. So I just want to get rid of that, cut that down, cut my expenses and risk down a little bit with that.
Right.
As far as what we picked, the inventory was all pretty good.
That was my next question. I was going to say, is there any item that you made a mistake on? You thought it would go out?
The pole tent, but I didn't push it. Let's just say that pole tents do go out, like for people. It's just we didn't push it. Never went out.
Yeah.
I still have one for sale. It's been set up once.
Yeah, that's a weird thing. Like, I kind of just would have thought until I started doing YouTube and Patreon and the course that like everyone's just going to want to do pole tents because they're easier. And then you start talking to people all over the place and you only want to do frame tents. A bunch of other people only want to do frame tents. Pole tents in the area might not ever go out. Some people hate pole tents. They think they're harder. I think frame tents are harder.
Yeah. No, yeah. I mean, that one was the one regret. And then, we bought too many bar top risers, more than we needed.
Okay.
But okay, $80 each or whatever. It's not like we lost our pants.
Yeah.
So, other than that, no, I would have thought more. I would have thought earlier on about temps.
Yeah.
I didn't want to at first because I was like, because they charge way too much per hour. And then, but if you think about it, you have workman's comp, insurance, all the problems you have hiring people, trying to find people.
Yeah.
I don't have to deal with any of that. I just pay a little premium. But guess who actually is paying the premium? The client.
Right.
So you just price your stuff accordingly, and then you can actually afford temps.
Yeah, so that's a good thing. Like a lot of tent companies are hooked up with a temp company for the muscle. You really just need like 1 to 2 people to run the job, depending on the size of the job. And those dudes are just muscle. And then a benefit, like my friend does it all the time, he finds some really good temps and then just pays the fee to the temp agency to buy them out, and he hires them.
Yeah, that's always an option.
Yeah.
So, but it's the cool thing is like I've been able to get I texted my temp guy the other day at 5 a.m. Can I get someone at 8 today? Boom, we had him at 8 today.
Right.
I could get 13 guys in an hour from now.
Right.
So I don't have any HR. I don't have any of that. I just get an invoice. Here's how many hours times $25 an hour. or whatever it is.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I'm interested. I want to follow up with you at the end of the year on that.
Okay.
Because you're paying a premium for them, but you don't have all those taxes and stuff.
Right. So is it really a premium? Because the temp themselves are only making like 17.
Okay.
But what I'm paying is like 25, 27.
Yeah, that sounds about even. Because like if I got a guy who's at like $18 along with workers' comp and all these other things,
Right.
I might be spending about $25 on him an hour anyways.
Exactly. That's the way I saw it. And plus, I don't have to keep them on the clock.
Right.
You
And
just keep them when you have the job.
this is a full. It's an invoice from another company, so it's a full write-off.
Exactly.
Whereas I actually don't know if is my Social Security and employment taxes a write-off when I don't know. I should ask my CPA that.
Right.
But yeah. So I'm glad. I get nervous because I started talking to him in the very beginning, and blowing up this business like it's great, and then I just don't want anyone to think I've ruined their life by getting them into the tent business.
Oh no. In fact, I mean, okay, you were one of the first people that I met in the industry. We met at ARA show a couple of years ago, and the way you haven't been doing the same amount of videos that you used to do because you already kind of did them all.
Yeah,
your legacy is out there.
I went a little crazy.
No, I mean, it really helped a lot of people. I talk to people all the time. We're going to meet up with a couple of guys tonight here. Ramon from Sunny Party Rentals.
Yeah.
He's kind of new into it too. He's been following both of us, but he's up in Denver. He's from a marketing background, and he's getting crazy jobs.
Right.
And so yeah, like it's really helpful, dude. YouTube is insane.
YouTube is insane.
It can open worlds up to people.
But I did mess up. Like I would make like 3 videos a day and then just put them out.
Yeah.
And now it's to the point like, but also I was doing this venue all summer and I was working 12-hour days, like just building shit, using YouTube, learning how to build shit because I never built shit. So I didn't make any videos. I had no time for videos really. Yeah. But here's a video. Boom.
There you go.
Now we're going to go ask Jenny, his office manager, and also his wife, a few questions about linens and whatever else. So let's go this way. Okay, I'm with Jenny, the office manager, coincidentally Marvin's wife. The first question is going to be asking, how is it working with your husband?
It's nice. He's worked from home in the past. We've owned businesses before, so we've always had this dynamic of, working together. But this is definitely a different dynamic. We both have our separate roles. I do all the office work. He does all the logistics, so.
Does he know how to do your job? Like if he had to step into it?
No. Yes, he can. I've been teaching him things along the way of just about how entering stuff into the system, how to print receipts, how to change orders, that sort of simple things. But it is complicated, it's a process and you have your systems and.
Yeah, when someone calls you probably have your basic questions, and then you can probably get through a customer's wedding in 15 minutes.
Oh, easily, yeah.
Where, me now, I don't answer the phones anymore, and Marvin probably gonna take a lot longer, and we're gonna miss a lot of stuff.
Sure, yeah. I got my spiel, I got my questions. You kind of understand what the person wants, what the client wants. When they call and they're wanting a tent for 50 people, I know exactly what to do. Here's what you need. If Kyle were to answer the phone, it'd probably be 100.
Yeah, I don't do custom. I don't know if I should talk back here, but
it's all right.
You can edit it. I don't like talking to customers, but she does. She does way better, and because I tend to be brash on the phone.
Yeah, me too.
And you need to outsource that if that's your personality.
Yep.
But the thing is, Jenny is not just working for me. She's 50% owner.
Yeah, we're just playing around. She's not working for him. They're 50% owners.
Yeah.
It's a team.
It's definitely. And it's in every way. The other day, in the video I just put out, you could see her driving steaks.
Right.
So.
Yeah, and that's one thing
She's
too.
been going out to tent setups with us too. So.
Yeah, as I'm teaching Kyle the back end office stuff, I've been out on the job practically all summer helping set up tents. I think this morning I counted probably over 24 tents that I've helped set up or take down this summer.
And I think that's important too, that the office person knows that stuff, because my office guy doesn't know anything. Like, he doesn't know, he can't visualize what size tent it is and how many tables would fit in that.
Yeah.
It does help with, we have Party CAD. I don't know if you guys have something like that.
Yeah, we have.
So he gets an idea from that, but he doesn't
Yeah.
get any real world, like, this is kind of how this works.
Sure. And one thing is, when Kyle was setting up tents and doing jobs, he'd always tell me where they want the tent. You need to find out. And I'd always be like, oh, they'll tell you when they get there. They'll tell you, not taking it seriously.
Yep.
Then I went out to a tent set up with them one time, and
Where they had to move it like
yeah,
3
we had to
times.
move the tent twice, and it was just a pain. And then I understand. Okay, now I understand why Kyle wants to know exactly where the tent's going, if there's stairs, whatever the case is. I get it now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you might have to wait, and that pisses you off.
Yeah, waiting. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. All right, that's cool. I should bring my guy out and make on a job I know where I'm gonna have to wait an hour for someone to tell me where the tent's got to go, and see how he reacts and make him learn the lesson.
Yeah.
Now, linens. How are you guys doing linens? Because I see that you don't own your own, but you do have a bag over there that's going out.
Yeah, so we do no linens in-house. We did attempt that when we first opened up. I already do enough laundry for my 3 kids, husband and self. I don't want any more laundry to do, so we outsourced it to Choice. They're in Pennsylvania. I have a 2-week, what is the
Cutoff date.
Yeah, a 2-week cutoff date where all our clients have to get their linen orders within that 2-week time frame. Otherwise, we can't offer them. So we don't do any short term. Like, someone were to walk in, say, I need 50 napkins. Sorry, we just don't have it.
Right.
Yeah, so Choice will send a duffel bag for us to return the linens. Sometimes they don't. If the linen order is huge, we just send it back in the boxes that they send the linens in. So.
Now, I used to use Ultimate Textile, and it was kind of a nightmare sometimes because, I'm setting up a big wedding on a Wednesday, and I'm not taking it down sometimes till Tuesday, but Ultimate Textile only gave you a 7-day window. So I was trying to get them in on Tuesday for that Wednesday, but then that means I have to take that tent down and get them back, otherwise I'm getting charged. I know Choice is more leeway, right?
They're flexible, but there is that pressure. Like, this bag that's sitting out there, that should have been gone on Monday. So I'll probably get a nasty letter. Sorry, Choice. They're on their way. But yeah, the good thing about Choice is it's free shipping both to and from.
Okay, so it's easy to come up with your pricing.
Yeah, and if linens are late, there's just a re-rental fee. I mean, it's not too drastic, but we try to get everything back on.
And we've never had any complaints about their linens. They're always perfectly pressed in a sealed plastic bag. And who wants to own every color of the rainbow, like a neon yellow spandex?
So yeah, my first year I priced out. I saw all the colors and sizes I was gonna need, so I priced it out to buy because I didn't know about these companies, and it was $200,000 to buy all those linens.
Yeah.
And I was like, there's got to be another way. And then someone told me about. I was originally using this company called A1 tablecloths.
Yeah.
It's much smarter to. You can offer all these colors and sizes and not have to own them. And at some point, what people, if they do want to own their own, they end up buying white, ivory, and black. Really, and that's it.
Well, and then tell them about our experience with trying to do the bigger ones ourselves. You just can't iron them.
Sucks.
Oh yeah. So
you need a press.
In the beginning, I was doing linens. So I'd take them home, wash them.
Just black and white.
Just black, white, some ivory. But you can't iron a 120-inch round
No.
at home on an ironing board. Half of it's on the floor. I have a cat. You get cat hair. It's just a nightmare. And so I'm thankful for these linen companies like A1, Ultimate, Choice. I know there's more. We need some on the West Coast to help on delivery times, but
Yeah, it's interesting that there really isn't. They're all more on the East Coast.
I think it has to do with water. I don't know if,
because they
price,
use a lot of water.
the cost of water.
Oh,
And we're all drought out here.
Interesting. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
It could be, but I got an email from a company the other day that washes linens. They were telling us they could, if we had our own, they could wash and press them.
Okay.
So that's another option people could look at.
Yeah, so I do know a few people who own all their own. and hire someone else out. Like a lot of times these uniform companies are, you know, for like, I don't know, they just wash people's uniforms. They do bulk washings. That's what some of these people do, is they own all theirs and just sub out the washing. All right, we're gonna end it with a funny or nightmare story. What's something crazy or nightmarish?
So far this year was the wedding out in Black Forest when I got the wrong date.
Oh
yeah,
that happens.
Yeah, so originally when we started planning this guy's wedding, the father, he decided to take the bull by the horns and plan his daughter's wedding. Came in to the office and we just kind of planned it on a piece of paper, and I thought I had the right date, didn't have the right date, and it was the following week was the actual wedding ceremony, which we happened to have sold out. Everything was sold out. But I don't even know, like looking back, I probably have blocked it out of my memory because that was, you know, you're talking double booking. You don't want to cancel. We've never canceled an event to this date. We've never canceled on a client. So we made it work. I forgot how we did it, but we made
basically
it.
upgraded.
Yeah, we upgraded their
some
tents.
Other customers to bigger tents, and then we took those, and then I sub-rented chairs from another company.
Yeah, and he had rented linens, so I just called Choice and extended their linen rental by a week.
So we took like a $200 hit, you know,
But you still accomplished
on a
everything.
$6,000 event.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, it was one of the things you're going to learn, especially working with your partner, is you're going to have problems to solve constantly.
Yes,
And you could go nuts,
problems.
or you could just like breathe. Like even earlier, my red check engine light was flashing, and I pulled over and just kind of calmly figured out, okay, add some oil.
Right.
Like instead of just losing your mind every time, you know,
Right.
Because it's going to happen all the time.
I think that's too, is just like we've gotten this verbiage of we have a problem, we need to solve it. Just take out all the panic, take out all the freak out. Let's just figure out a solution A, B, and C, and then because it's always happening. You're missing a pole. I need to drive out 30 minutes to deliver, you know, pole to the guys. You know, wrong date. You know, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
It's just constant problem solving.
Constant panic and constant solving. Just get used to it.
Yeah.
I do have a tip for anyone watching out there. Say you overbook one of your 20 wides, and we do this accidentally all the time because we say yes constantly to these certain caterers, and then that might put a short on a 20 by 20 or something. We throw on a 20 by 30 onto the truck. It's not an order or whatever. And the first house that we show up that 20 by 30 can fit, but they've ordered a 20 by 20, we just don't say anything and just put up that 20 by 30. And now we're back on schedule, back in inventory, and we're all good. There has been times where that hasn't worked, but most of the time, I'd say 99% of the time, you know, we just throw on the one size higher, and first yard, it goes there.
Yeah. We actually had that problem. I discovered that we had oversold our 20 by 30s for one weekend. I had a client who they have a dog show out in the middle of nowhere. I know that it's an open field for days, so I knew let's give them a 20 by 40. Didn't even say anything, and they were happy.
They don't know. And
Yeah,
you solved
an extra
the
10
problem.
feet, yeah.
Yep.
So.
Or if you're short on a certain kind of chair, we'll find one, and we'll try to tell them, hey, we'll upgrade you for free to these other chairs.
Yeah, that happens all the time too, because you could just be missing a chair here or there with not even knowing it.
Right.
But all right, thank you, Kyle and Jenny.
Yeah.
We're gonna go get dinner.
Sounds good, man.